Good news, everyone! We're back with more Futurama. This is Season 4, Episode 13. Last time, we had a ridiculous episode where Leela was hallucinating so much after getting stung by a bee, thinking that Fry was dead the entire episode. But we had this very great twist at the end there when we found out that she was in a coma and that Fry was perfectly fine and just stayed at her side throughout the episode, asking her to please wake up, and wound up being a very sweet end to the episode. Been really enjoying this show the last couple episodes. Let's dive back in and see what they have in store for us this time. Full reaction's gonna be on Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like, really helps with the channel, and let's get started.
Let's go check on Hermes. All this inspiring multiculturalism is angrying up my blood.
Is he limboing?
Husband, you haven't been an Olympic class limboer for 20 years. Quit lying to your pudgy self.
Is that a stereotype of Jamaican people?
Jamaicans have other interests, which is why the limbo team got detained at the airport.
Don't worry, the fat pig will do fine, thanks to this flabodynamic
Fat pig.
spandex bodysuit I've designed.
Oh, that's snug. Oh, those haven't descended in years.
Shut up, Zoidberg. The robot bending events are starting.
He didn't say anything.
I could easily beat those trained professionals.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's got nothing on them.
Hermes Conrad, is that you inside that dumpy little fat man?
Barbados Slim, your body may be as perfectly sculpted as it was 20 years ago when you whooped my fat ass every time we met. But today, I feel lucky.
You haven't practiced in so long. Hermes has two personality traits. Bureaucracy and Jamaican stereotype.
There they go. Barbados
wait, it's a race?
I say, go to hell, Barbados Slim.
Oh, wow.
Go, body
Hot
suit,
take.
go.
You the man.
Come on, Hermes.
Oh, no. Darn.
And Conrad is disqualified.
If I'd wanted a human Adonis for a husband, I'd have stayed married to Barbados Slim.
Oh.
I'm so embarrassed. I wish everybody else was dead.
Everybody else was dead?
Fembot bending competition.
Fembot? Methinks a clever man-bot, suitably
Oi.
disguised, might win those events.
Oi.
But the Ever been beaten up by a guy dressed like a chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there he goes. Grand Duchy of Rabonia. Oh, Bender.
All medalists report for gender testing.
Wow, they're really on the nose
You
with
actually
this one.
thought they'd let you walk away without an engine oil sex check?
Take a woman out of me.
Oh,
Oi.
I think we should just stay friends.
I don't need friends. I need a sex change operation, and give it to me now.
I don't know how I feel about this episode.
Irreversible. Well, let's get started.
No!
It's like
you
commentary on
can't.
trans issues, but I don't know if it's doing it tasteful at all.
dignity of women.
This is... A lot of the talk is very reminiscent of, like, anti-trans rhetoric.
I can't watch this because it's creepy and wrong and sick. However, I will watch out of curiosity.
That too,
Quiet.
especially.
I'm
Jeez.
about to be.
Jaw-dropping.
Hail, Rabonia, a land I didn't make up.
You're making us look like jerks in front of the other genders.
But you're not really a lady anyway,
Other
right?
genders.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
Dear
Yeah, he's
Lord,
not.
the coaster.
He's just pretending,
The Pimsoil must be
unlike
sashaying
actual trans
girlishly
people.
into your
What? A guest spot on Late Night with Humorbot 5.0? I'd love
Humorbot.
to.
The robots are coming for our jobs, even the TV hosts.
No, I think it's self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory. Whoa. That's pretty great. The clapping stops so abruptly because they're robots.
Please put your hands together for my next guest, winner of 5.
Boo, Conan O'Brien's better.
Coilette from Robonia.
If you ask me, women today are too stuck up to go out and jiggle their jello like everybody wants them to. In fact, should I do it now?
Calculon's interested.
Madam, I am one impressed celebrity. Coilette, this may be presumptuous,
That's my favorite kind of this.
but I would be honored if you would join me for dinner sometime.
You've got to tell me, you're not actually attracted to Calculon, right? And if you are, don't tell me. Are you?
Certainly not.
What would be the
But
problem
just
with that?
once I'd like to eat dinner with a celebrity who isn't
I mean,
bound and
beyond
gagged.
the manipulation
Is that so much to ask?
and lying.
Well, I think... And you have way too much lipstick on.
Are you kidding? I need more lipstick. Much more.
Wait.
But what if he wants to... I mean, if he tries to... Barry White?
I'll just
Very
tell him I
white.
need a commitment first. That'll stick a potato in his tailpipe.
Her mood swings are getting wilder. She's becoming a slave to
Oh my
her
God.
emotions, just like all women, particularly you, Leela. Oh.
I'm worried about him too, Professor.
She just slaps him and goes back to making her point.
It's as if you understand the male mind better than I. I've never met anyone like you.
Oh, yes, you have.
Coilette,
That is
I'd
true.
like to spend some quality time with you. Have I mentioned that I own the world's biggest and most elegant yacht?
That's all you had to say, I guess. Barry? No, this is Tom Jones. What are they doing? Throwing junk at Zoidberg.
Woo! I'm a trophy girlfriend.
No kidding.
It's just a game.
Coilette,
What the heck?
I can't stop
Just
thinking
Kool-Aided
about
in there. Huh.
you. Will you marry me?
Oh, Calculon. Yes, I will.
Bender, what are you doing?
Maybe she's right about the lipstick.
No! I mean, maybe. Some people probably prefer it, but that's not the reason
buddy.
you're not married. Oh my
Like a
god.
brother. I love you, man.
The marriage is a scam.
Cool. What's for dinner?
What do you mean a scam?
I married Calculon.
What did you think
to
he was
avoid-
doing?
Come on. You never went on a date with a guy just because you were hungry?
Well,
There are levels. This is not the same.
I
Oh my
thought I
god.
might like him on a full stomach.
Okay, Leela.
A remote control? You got me a TV?
No, my dearest. It's the remote control to my heart. It symbolizes
Marry
the
him and then
power
kill him.
You have to sway
Whoa.
my emotions.
Will it work?
We were meant to be.
So, you really and truly love me? Would we have donkeys?
All you could eat.
Donkey?
Oh,
Eat.
take me in your arms and compress me.
So now you do want to marry him?
No, I just don't want to hurt him or humiliate him. Oh, curse this woman's heart.
Okay, look. If I help you with this, do you promise to get out of my gender and stay out?
Get out of my gender.
All right. Okay. Is everyone ready?
Yep. Basically.
Whoop, 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 whoop. That'll always get a laugh out of me.
Oh.
No.
Is there a doctor
I
in the...
came as soon as I could.
Whatever happens, remember, the flame of my eternal love will burn forever.
Of course.
Oh, Calculon. He's very consistent.
Calculon, my darling, your loud why brought me partway back to life.
He says, this is from Congo Jack.
You're Congo. Why would you need a message from somebody else for yourself? Okay, Bender.
That.
I'm a doctor. She's dead.
She lives.
Oh my
no
God.
more. And this time the Academy will not deny me. Not when they see Coilette, the Calculon story.
I did say he was very consistent.
Ow! Ooh! Ow! Ooh!
Well, Bender, I hope this has taught you a lesson about changing your sex to win 5 gold medals.
It truly has. My romance with Calculon has shown me a...
Guys themselves weep upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Ew! Sentimental drivel poop!
Forever, my turtle dove.
Good night, Calculon.
Aww.
I said you two don't dress trampy enough. I still got it.
Okay. That was a very, very odd and unsettling episode. Instead of making fun of the bigotry against trans people, it was like the transness was the joke. And yeah, it just felt very, very icky this episode. Like, I guess I enjoyed some of the episode at the start, but then, oof. Yeah, didn't really enjoy that. I think I just finished saying at the start of in the intro about how I've been really enjoying these episodes lately, and then we were hit with this. So after the episode, I couldn't really tell what the intentions were behind the episode. Was it parodying transphobia and trans issues, or was it actually critiquing trans people? The fact that I even have to ask is pretty damning, but Either way, I need to remind myself sometimes that the sussing out of intention isn't all that important compared to the actual ramifications of what is created, because this episode just perpetuates a ton of stereotypes and misinformation about trans people, and about women as well. And I'm not saying that you can't joke about trans people. I've seen jokes about trans people that are actually good jokes, but this definitely felt like it was punching down and was out of step with culture even for its time. Like, what is this, 2003? And the issue is that the joke isn't about the bigotry surrounding trans people, it's the transness is the joke, and yeah, that just feels off. And I can already hear the click-clacking, like it's just a TV show comments coming in, as if TV shows don't reinforce harmful and incorrect beliefs. Like, fair warning, anyone leaving transphobic comments will be blocked immediately. And because I've had comments in the past complaining about freedom of speech, first of all, the First Amendment is about the government not restricting your speech, and secondly, even the government makes exceptions for hate speech. And yeah, it's just so annoying that I even have to qualify this shit. Honestly, I should just block people if they're annoying, because why subject myself to reading all that shit, you know? But to be clear, I'm not saying we should cancel the show. They already managed to cancel themselves twice and are still coming back. And I'm not saying anybody's a bad person for having been a part of making this show, or that they did it with bad intentions. And I still enjoy the show as a whole. It's just a bad episode to me. And I'll start by saying that I do my best to gender people the way they identify, but I pretty much only referred to Bender by his name in this episode after his sex change, and not by his pronouns or any pronouns, because his motivation for having a sex change is not rooted in affirming his gender identity. He was doing it to pull one over on the Olympic Committee and later on to trick Calculon. And in the moment, I felt it would be actually like disrespectful to trans people to refer to Bender as a woman or fembot, because he's legitimately faking it, completely contrasted with the experience of actual trans people. And regardless of the intention of the writers, Bender's sex change just plays into the idea that trans people are somehow weaponizing gender identity to be duplicitous. And that's just such a horrible thing to play into when it's a pretty common occurrence that trans people are assaulted or killed because someone felt like they were tricked into thinking the person was a different gender. And then there was a lot of transphobic language used by the other characters, and the show doesn't feel like it's making fun of them for having those views. Like, Fry is disgusted but curious about Bender transitioning, which is just a reflection of the fetishization that trans people go through. And later Fry is like, you're not actually attracted to Calculon, are you? And if you are, don't tell me, which is just, like, have we ever known Fry to be judgmental of who people are attracted to? And the show continues with Leela and Amy saying what a travesty it is that Bender is transitioning, but the show never is specific about why. Do they hate Bender doing this because they think he's being evil and duplicitous, or because they find trans people disgusting? Again, the fact that I even have to ask and that it was that vague is pretty damning as well. And I also don't think I've ever even questioned why robots are designed to have genders and to fit into those stereotypes in the first place. I mean, it's the year 3000, and the people are still so obsessed with gender roles that we graft them onto sentient, non-biological beings when we create them. That's just, it feels so odd to me. So yeah, I can't remember an episode of Futurama that I enjoyed less. And this was right after, in the intro, I was saying I was enjoying the show a lot recently, which, yeah, this was just bad. And not even just for the topic at hand, like the jokes weren't even funny. There were a few amusing moments here and there. The show is really good at that. The way the audience is clapping stops so abruptly because they're robots. Having a robot comedy host is just amusing, especially with how cliche it is at this point to say that comedy hosts are some of the only jobs that can't be taken over by robots. But I know, the things that were supposed to be jokes and elicit laughter throughout the episode with Bender just didn't land at all. Hermes was limboing and being extremely Jamaican as usual. And they sprinkle in so much of what is considered gendered behavior into this episode, like, oh, you're having mood swings, you're falling into the final debilitating stages of womanhood. And I think in the past, they've made jokes like this before, and it's been very clear that they're making fun of the people that are saying these things. But in this episode, along with everything else, it just felt like way too much. But yeah, what do you guys think of this episode? It's probably my least favorite. If I go through this and rewatch it at some point, this is something I will definitely skip. But thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you made it here, I honestly wouldn't have blamed you if you didn't even click on the video. This was just, ugh. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like. I'll see you guys next week with another one. Bye, friends.